Yo guys, what is good? It's your favorite Supreme Leader, Cameron on, and as you can see by the title, thumbnail, etc., the push cheese is back in NBA 2K19. If you didn't know, I already posted a video on this before, when everyone was discovering it kind of thing, but then they patched it so that it was almost a foul every single time. And now it appears like the push cheese is back. Now we just found out this randomly. I was kind of struggling to, well, I wasn't struggling to score. I can't remember who I was playing with. It was either Lengthy White Boy or Swaz Master. And one of us, well, we were struggling to score. So I went to the push because that was the only thing, and it wasn't getting called as a foul. Now it could be because of my Hall of Fame bruiser, but then we hopped on with the name's James, and he was doing it as well. He doesn't have Hall of Fame bruiser. I think he has a gold, but you could just tell that the push cheese is back because it wasn't getting called for fouls too much. Now, the things that you're going to want to know about this push cheese is that you have to push them in the back. Now, if you push them from the side, you can push them kind of from the front sometimes, but when you push them from the side, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a foul. Now, there is one play in here where I'll point it out when we get to it, but it wasn't on our team, it was the other team. They pushed the defender into the ball handler, and then the ball handler lost the ball because someone got pushed into it. You don't want to do that. That can happen, so you got to try push them away. You see right there. Sometimes you won't get the good shove animation where you push them all the way from the back, but sometimes you get the one where you go from the side. Now, that's not pushing them from the side. You're aiming for the back. As long as you're aiming for the back, you won't get a foul. But if you're coming in from the side of them, it's going to be a foul. But when you go from the back and you get the side animation, sometimes it's a foul, but very, very unlikely it's going to be a foul. Now, as I was saying, I'll show you some scenarios to push, but this is more of a how to score type video. So, you got to look for, when we do the inbound play, when you are playing randoms, right? Because a lot of the time you're not playing squads, especially if you hop on the randoms court. It's an easy way to get dubs. But yo, tell me if I should drop another jump shot video, because my jump shot's kind of cash, no jump shot boost. But you got to see when we're doing the inbounds, if you have a sharpshooter, you can do if on twos, it's best if you do the in and out, just get glitchy with them. But if you're playing threes, just get the center or someone to set a screen in between. You know how the guy's passing the ball and then there's a defender that can't move. If you got a big man that sets a screen right there, in between them, and then the sharpshooter goes round, they're going to get stuck every time. And if they're randoms, they're not going to pick up. And then your sharp's got an easy open 3. Now, we were kind of cooking everyone. We went on a nice little win streak. I kind of like this lineup. Even though if we played a good team, we played a few good teams, we were on the randoms court just streaking it up, so we play a lot of randoms. If we play a good team, they can just lock up Swazmaster, and then our lineup struggles if they just lock up the sharp. But the thing is, with our lineup, you got me to get some bailout steals, so we don't get a few extra possessions over the other team, and just a few extra stops. James is a glass cleaner, so he's gonna get all the boards, defensive, and he's gonna bail us off a few times on offensive rebounds. You can see right here, I put up a bad shot, he gets the rebound. He puts up a bad shot himself, and then he gets the rebound, and then he gets a shot. Now, this is a lineup that you think we'd struggle against because they got 2 lockdowns and a slashing shot creator. Now, 2 lockdowns is a very good lineup, but you need a shooter. Now, they did not have a shooter. I don't know what they were thinking because obviously they're not randoms. They had a Pro 3 and 2 Pro 1s, but that's the play that I was talking about when we set the screen in the middle. Now, they picked up because they're not randoms, but if you're playing randoms, just do that play. It's going to work 900% of the time. You can see that's another bailout rebound kind of thing that I'm talking about, how James just jumps over them. And also, if he gets defensive rebounds, he gets break starter, so he can throw some very nice break passes. See, that's the push that I was talking about. And when they push, if you're it always becomes a 2v1. The guy that pushes is always going to get there first. That's the play that I was talking about. So if one person picks up on the sharp, you just roll, you get an easy 2. It's that simple. You can see we dropped them off fairly easily with just by pushing. Now, a lot of people are if you see this video, a lot of people are still going to be scared to push, because if they've played before and they've tried pushing, 2K did patch it at one point where you just couldn't push. Like, if you pushed, it was a foul. But for whatever reason, they gave you more illegal screens in this patch, so you get an illegal screen just for standing there. But they made it easier to push, so I don't know yet. But you can see my lockdown jump shots cache. Leave a like, comment lockdown jump shot is needed if you want to see a video on my lockdown jump shot. You see that hit me in the corner. Oh, this is a nice dunk. Ah, you see that? That's another thing. If you're a lockdown or you're just a build that can't, like, you're not the best, catch it in the corner. You're gonna make corner 3 sometimes, but never look for it. Trust me, you get a pump fake and you can drive baseline a lot very nicely. But that's another great push, especially if they're in that corner where the hash is. That's like one of the best places to push them. And eventually they're gonna try double team. Like, they're expecting the push, so they're like, we're gonna play like close to this guy. So then sometimes you're just gonna get easy cuts like that where they're just not gonna guard you. Here's the play. Oh, I kind of clipped it a bit too much. But you can, if you go back right there, you can see that he pushed him into the defender. He pushed him into the ball handler. He pushed the defender into the ball handler, which means they lost the ball and we get another possession, and that lets us get the comeback, because normally 19 to 17 is not a very good spot to be in. Generally, both teams have a fair bit of momentum and you lost, but that's definitely something that can fix the game. And you can see that for some reason the red bar didn't show up, but it should have. That was a good shot contest. He takes another bad shot. James finally gets the rebound. Throw it out to Swazmaster. That's just another thing with those break starter passes. If you're playing a lineup like ours, a lot of the time fast breaks are going to be the best way, because we really only have one offensive player. Now, don't get me wrong, we can play offense. You can see I got the 10 points. I went 5 from 5. That wasn't the game I hit a 3, but yeah, so that's really the push cheese and how you're going to score. But I think analyzing this game can definitely help a lot of you that are struggling to score. You can see this guy, the 90 overall, he's actually using Datboy's Kobe build. Datboy just posted a video on the Kobe Bryant build, post-scoring shot creator. And turns out by the badges and stats that they get, it's actually a fairly nice build. And I just want to reiterate that in this gameplay. But also, these guys do a lot of things that we should have done, and just a very effective on twos. Now, what they did was they were running pick and rolls and this guy has a good fadeaway shot. We know that because he's a shot creator. We saw him play last game. So we have to pick up on the screens, and then that puts the guard on the big man. But that's not all they can do, because he's a post scorer. You can see right here, he gets a very nice post spin animation. Now, if he was playing with a player that could actually shoot, that would be a very deadly play, because a lot of people run small guards. And one of the hardest lineups to beat is one of these pure sharps that we play with, because they can just cheese. So a lot of people are starting to use that, and if you got a pure sharp on you, that post scoring shot creator can just post spin, drop step. Their post fade is insane, especially when you get takeover. You're definitely not missing a post fade. You can see we're just going back to the push, but it really depends on your sharp's ability to hit open shots. And you also got to play the passing lanes. You got to play smart when you're playing shot creators and glass cleaners, and you got to hope that doesn't happen back to you. He probably shouldn't have passed that. Another thing to know when you're playing 2K is you got to be patient. Patience is key, especially you got a full 24-second shot clock. You shouldn't have to force anything. That's why players that use pump fakes effectively are genuinely the best. Like, you see all the high level players, they pump fake a lot because it's just patience. Sometimes patience can let you finish games faster, just because you're just taking good shots, you're not giving them the ball. Especially if you're shooters and you just be patient and get threes, you can finish games very quickly. I saw a clip on Twitter where Easy Breezy finished a game in a minute 30. But you can see the push. He does something weird there. Pass it back out to him for the open shot, and he bricks. So you can see you're able to get open shots every time by using the push. It's just a matter if your guy can hit them. See, he went 3 from 8. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. If this video actually helped you out, comment, this video helped me out. If you watched to the end, comment, yeah, this video helped me out, same thing. But yeah, I'm out. See ya.